everybody, welcome to Movies in the Man Cave. We've got a Netflix review this week.
Yes, sir.
On Netflix Instant right now is the movie Drive, starring Ryan Gosling. Plot description is a getaway driver / movie stunt driver. That's about it. that's like the plot. That's what he is.
Follows him around.
And and he's got a very specific set of rules when he drives. And I'm like, I've seen this movie before. This was Transporter.
Right.
I saw this 10 years ago. But it ended up not being like Transporter. So
that was kind of the one thing that threw me for a loop is seeing the previews for it. I was like, okay, this looks like Transporter or any other, action driving, like Gone in 60 Seconds kind of whatever.
Yep.
That's kind of the vibe I got from it. But in hindsight, the movie is not like that at all, really. I was surprised at the lack of driving.
Very, very small amounts of driving.
Like the opening scene, which is awesome.
The best part of the movie,
It was
no
by
question.
far,
The
like
first 10 minutes.
The first 10 minutes, exactly.
No doubt the best part of the movie.
It's following him. He's on the phone doing his call, and they, goes to the job, does his thing, and he's just like so calm and cool about it. It's like, yeah, that's awesome. And then the soundtrack kicks in, which for me,
the first song right when it opened up,
it's like a Daft Punk sounding almost thing going on, and it's just like, it was so sweet with the shots that they did. Ryan Gosling just stone-faced driving through the city with that. I mean, first 10 minutes of Drive is the best of Drive, but. Yeah, from then on, it kind of, it develops a little bit of a love story and whatever, which, it may or may not have needed. I don't know. But, I don't know. From the 10 minutes, after the first 10 minutes, it kind of went downhill for me just because I was expecting more getaway driver stuff, fast action chase scenes, things like that. Mm-hmm. There was two.
There was only one other one, wasn't there?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The opening one, and then one other one. So, long story short for me, it was just okay.
Yeah.
First 10 minutes were awesome. It had bits and pieces here and there, but I don't know. And Ryan Gosling's kind of a goofy looking fella. I don't know what the whole ladies loving him thing. His eyes are really close to the center of his face.
I don't know, man.
I can see how it would be, but...
He just seems cool, too. He seems like a likable, cool guy.
That was my one favorite line, and I put it on the Facebook page, was when he's in the apartment, and the kid comes around the corner in his pumpkin mask, and he just goes, "Want a toothpick?" I was like, yeah, that's pretty legit.
Yeah.
So, that's it for me. Just okay.
I agree the first 10 minutes were awesome. The music... It was like new retro.
It was.
Which, the whole movie was. It was kind of a throwback to the 80s, but mixed back. It was present day.
It was. Yeah, they had cell phones.
But for whatever reason, it was...
Even his jacket was total Miami Vice.
Oh, yeah. Hot pink lettering for everything, and then the music kind of had an 80s vibe to it with a new beat kind of underneath. I don't know. But after that 10 minutes, man, it's just... There were so many, awkward, silent moments when he's with this girl. Mm-hmm. And didn't let me believe in the love story or whatever. I get he's the strong, silent type or whatever, and girls kind of go for that. But he doesn't say anything, and she doesn't say anything. They just stare at each other for minutes on end, and it's one that really made me feel stupid. I feel this is adapted from a book, and I feel that had I read the book, there's probably all sorts of things going on that I'm not seeing. Right. I'm an idiot. I'm not understanding this. Had I gone through the book, I think maybe it would talk a little bit about what's behind those looks they give each other, or what's behind, all the silence or something like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can tell in the silence that there's something going on, but
But what?
But exactly.
What? They're not saying anything. How am I supposed to know what's going on?
How far have they gone with this?
Yeah.
It
was really awkward then with the love triangle thing that kind of comes up, and
yeah, that was super awkward.
That made me really question the girl's motives. I was like, I don't see where she's coming from.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a movie that's... It's not gory. It's suddenly gory.
Right.
It just kind of... You don't see it coming, and then all of a sudden it's boom, 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 boom.
It was... you haven't seen it, but it was like Hobo with a Shotgun gory. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's just this almost like B horror movie gore, and it's like, oh my god. Like,
there's several scenes where my wife all of a sudden just it's one of those because
my wife was so watching it, and all she had to say was, "This movie is awful. This movie is awful." Because she would just catch those bits,
the gory parts. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So that stuff that turned me off from it definitely.
That didn't turn me off from it. Like, I don't mind gore. I don't have a problem with it personally. It's just,
I think it could have been done differently. That's all I'm thinking. Like, I think the scenes are all right. Like, how things, transpired, that's fine. But, like, it didn't seem to fit it. Like, it was like, it kind of felt like the movie was constantly trying to find, like, what it was trying to be. I don't know.
And I don't know if it's kind of a realism thing. Like, life is kind of boring, and then all of a sudden somebody gets his face kicked in. Like, exactly. I don't know if that's kind of what they're going for.
It's always the silent ones with the toothpicks too.
I really liked Bryan Cranston.
Which one was he?
He's the one who's in Breaking Bad.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I haven't seen Breaking Bad, but I imagine it's kind of a similar role. I don't know. He was really good in this. I enjoyed him.
And who I didn't like was, his name escapes me. The bad guy.
Yeah, that guy who plays Hellboy.
Well, there you go. Oh, wow.
Movie brain.
Is it Ron Perlman?
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman. Wow. I didn't care for his character. It was just kind of a weird, older, was he Jewish or Italian guy? I don't know. His character was really bizarre. And like the first 5 seconds you meet him, I'm just like, what's the point? Like, he's swearing and he's all gangsta all of a sudden. And
yeah.
I don't know. It was weird. But
another thing I didn't like was when Ryan Gosling's character, which I don't think has a name. I think he's just Driver is his name.
Oh, I guess I didn't even look.
Yeah, whatever. Like his showdown with Ron Perlman's character was like so anticlimactic. Like,
yeah,
you're out for revenge. I think revenge scenes need to
be epic.
Be vengeful.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it just happened and then it was done and then moving on.
Right.
And it was like very, very blah.
Yeah, and then by the time the ending came up, I thought it was very predictable.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, luckily it's only an hour and 32 minutes. So.
It's pretty quick, and it's worth watching the first 10 minutes because that was really cool stuff.
The opening chase scene and everything is just like, it's really, really well done.
I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's just I played into the hype.
Yeah,
I heard so much about it, and everybody was saying so many good things, and it just didn't. I would pick Transformer or not Transformer, Transporter. I'd pick Transformers over this too, but that's not related. I guess Bumblebee. That's kind of related.
There you go.
But yeah, I'd rather watch people actually drive.
Yeah.
And I guess the title probably was relating more to his drive,
right?
To
play on words,
whatever. But that's mislabeling and misleading.
Yeah, that's misleading.
So. I think I'm good. I don't think I have anything else to say. It's on Netflix Instant if you want to go watch it.
Yep.
Drive. All right.
Sweet.
Should we move on to a quote from last week?
Yes, sir.
Our winners were?
We had James again on Area Voices and B. Wanta. 5,
These
6.
guys are dominating.
They are. They're all over it.
I want to say, too, we've had some excellent comments. The last 2-3 weeks,
it's been good.
On Area Voices, on Facebook, on YouTube. We've been getting great comments, and that means like so much to us.
It does.
To actually get some feedback, and say,
I get that YouTube email. I'm like, woo.
I can see on YouTube there's like X amount of views, but for all I know, it's just Jared watching the video,
refresh,
52 times.
Refresh.
So it's nice to have other people comment. So Thank you very much, guys. Keep it up.
So
okay, now on to last week's clip.
I'm gonna execute a button hook pattern super slow mo.
That was Ace Ventura. The Pet Detective.
Yeah. Now super
slow-mo. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome
good
movie.
Good movie. Best scene, I think.
Jim Carrey in his tutu, Can't beat that, so.
Good stuff.
Nice job, guys, on getting that right. We have forgone the quote this week and changed it up to a scramble.
Scene scrambler.
Jared has photoshopped this image. And if you can tell us what movie that is from. Where should they do that?
I think they all kind of know where. Area Voices or the YouTube page or Facebook page or a Twitter account.
We've been saying it for like a year and a half.
I know.
They should know where to find us by now.
Just do it.
Probably.
And it's all across the bottom and stuff, too. So,
let's talk about movies coming out this week.
a couple good ones.
Good batch. It's a good batch. Where do we want to start?
Start with Brave, I think.
Okay.
Pixar. Disney Pixar thing. I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've seen a couple previews. Looks kind of fun. Little Irish princess thing going on. Scottish? Irish?
I don't know. One of the two.
Highland princess.
Highland. Yeah, that's what we say.
And I believe the story is she gets in an argument with her mom. Mom conflict stuff. But
she's a tomboy and mom wants her to be a princess.
Right.
It's getting a lot of good talk about it and a lot of good words, but I don't know. It doesn't really grab me. But the same way, like, it reminds me a lot of How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
Which, when I saw the previews, didn't do much for me, and then we saw the movie, and I'm like, yeah, that was really good. That was good. So, maybe it'll surprise me, but I'm not super into it right now.
It seems like one of those movies that might actually be really good in 3D, just because of, like, you know, some of the, I don't want to say animation, because it's all animation, but some of the, you know, creatures and stuff and everything. I think it looks really good. So.
Yep. Kind of, I don't know if you call it indie or not. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
Yeah.
Steve Carell and Keira Knightley. The world is gonna end, and it's like you got a week to do whatever. It's not Armageddon. You know, how are we gonna save the world? Right. It's not, you know, anything like that. What's happening as the world's being destroyed? It's the last week on Earth. What are you gonna do?
Yep.
Looks funny. It looks charming. Seems like a really good date movie, I'd say.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's probably like, what is that, Dan in Real Life meets Armageddon, probably.
I hope it's better than Dan in Real Life. I didn't care for that one at the time.
True. It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
And then, my favorite of the week, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
It looks pretty amazing.
It looks awesome.
I don't remember when and where I saw it, but I caught just a bit of a preview, and he's chopping down a tree, and it just like destroys the tree. It's like one swing.
That's how it's obviously a true story. Of Abraham Lincoln's
completely
life.
Factual.
Yeah.
Vampires kill his mom or something like that,
exactly.
and he seeks out revenge because they're trying to take over the country.
It's a Tim Burton movie, although it doesn't look very Tim Burton-ish.
No, it doesn't.
I have to say. The action scenes that you see in the previews look just phenomenal with that axe.
Yeah,
like
it's gonna be fun. I think.
It's really cool. He's slinging that thing around and jumping on trains and.
Yeah, I was at a store the other day and I grabbed the book really quick and just read like the back and like apparently it's like surprisingly historically accurate aside from the vampires. Like, everything else is pretty much spot on, so.
Like the fact that Abraham Lincoln was a real guy.
Well, yes,
but... Based on a true story.
Based on a true story, yeah. Looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, I have to say. Really excited. So, I hope that's as good as I think, but it probably won't be. But it'll still be fun.
Yeah,
it'll be fun. Whether or not it'll be good, I don't know. So, that's this week. And that's this episode.
Yes, sir.
I guess we'll see everybody next week. Again, thank you for all the wonderful comments. Feel free to keep them up. We like it.
Yeah.
So,
sweet.
That it?
That's
Sign
it.
off?
That's it.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
When I was reading that book, when I was at Target and I was reading the back of it, people kept walking by and giggling, and I was like, you know, at first I was like, oh, well, those people were laughing at something. Like, people kept...
Your fly was down.
No. I was right next to the 50 Shades of Grey.
Nice.
And both books are black. And I was reading, and I was just like, crap.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah, what's this 50 Shades stuff?